Hello, everybody. Welcome to another Instagram Live. Of course, Jack's first in the chat. Hi, guys. Oh, there's kind of some flare here. I'll fix that. How are you guys doing today? Super excited to be going live again to chat with the cast of Karma. Today we have red and purple teams. Sorry, my hair is so crazy. Super thrilled to chat with these teams. This is going to be so much fun. I'm just going to give a couple minutes for everybody to join. So if you guys still haven't seen Karma, you got to do it. You got to do it this weekend. You got to do it tonight. That's what I'm talking about. Stream Karma on HBO Max. And if you have seen Karma, today is going to be really fun because these two teams are really exciting and special. I'm not going to reveal too much. We're going to try and keep this primarily a spoiler-free stream. But if we do go into the realm of spoilers, I'm definitely going to let you guys know beforehand so you can decide if you want to keep listening or not. Also, if you have any questions for red team or purple team, be sure to put them in the question form so that we can get to them. Are you guys having a good day? I hope so. I'm having a really fun day. I just finished my second Twitch stream. It was really fun. Luke from Blue Team joined us. Alpha Team Bravo. It was awesome. Thank you to everybody who went from my Twitch stream to here. This is so fun. And again, Delaney, you can watch Karma on HBO Max. And I'm biased, but I think it's very good. So be sure to check it out. And Irina, to answer your question, you can get a free 7-day trial. And Karma's a pretty fast binge, if I do say so myself. Also, guys, I feel like I'm promoting so much, but the long-awaited next episode of Challenge Accepted is coming out tomorrow. Oh my God, MKPHD, hi! So my Challenge Accepted episode is coming out tomorrow. That chronicles my experience hosting on HBO for Karma. So be sure to check that out. It's like a half-hour documentary going from my very first audition all the way through seeing the full show go live. And if you've seen the full first season on HBO by now, I think it'll answer a lot of questions you guys have asked, and will also just give you a deeper understanding on the behind the scenes of it. I take you guys on set behind the scenes, so you see a lot of what happened and didn't make the final cut. And if you guys have seen episode 3, the crazy dramatic episode, we actually have a lot of unseen footage from that episode. Just saying, you might want to check it out. So that's tomorrow, 8 a.m. And then today we did a podcast with J-Dad, who's the creator of Karma. He's also the creator of a ton of amazing shows: Biggest Loser, MasterChef, My Cat from Hell, Bar Rescue. He is just so good. And to answer your comment or respond to your comment, we are not spoiling any magic of the behind the scenes, but I think it will definitely just give you guys a new perspective on what my experience was like. Oh my goodness. I'm so excited. So let's get our first guest in here. Can't remember if we're going to have Aaron or Andrea first. Let me check. Let's see here. I actually do not remember. Aaron, Andy, are you guys here? Y'all ready? Let me see. Okay, Aaron, I'm bringing you in. Hope you're ready.
Yeah.
Aaron, what's
Hi.
up? Oh my gosh, your hair is so long.
Yeah. Gotta grow it out, quarantine.
Yes. Wow, it is so long. So you haven't gotten a haircut since quarantine started?
No, well, my hair grows really fast. I got one, but it was a couple months ago, so it didn't really do anything.
Well, I think we all can relate to the struggle. How are you doing?
I'm doing really good, actually.
Really good?
I've
What
been
really good?
I've been trying to keep busy the best I can. You know, I did today I went to a cheer gym thing and learned how to do a backflip.
You learned how to do a backflip today. Okay, guys, everyone watching, this is what I'm talking about when I'm saying the kids on the show are so freaking talented. You learned how to do a backflip today.
Yeah. Well, back
You,
time.
so you mentioned cheer. Are you on a cheer team?
Nope. But my friend's mom owns like the building, so I was able to go and learn how to do stuff.
That is awesome. Wow. Wait, can you show us a backflip? Am I putting?
No.
Okay, no.
No. Not there yet. I still got to use the springs.
Okay, yes. Well, we wish you the best of luck in your backflip quest. So, Eric, you're on red team, and
Yes.
we're doing our best to keep things spoiler free as possible. But you guys did quite well in the show. Very excited. How are you feeling reflecting your experience and seeing the show end to end?
I think watching the show was definitely like I would watch a part and be like, oh yeah, I forgot that even happened. Like it was, so I was just reliving it again, and I think made me really miss just seeing everybody in like
Yeah.
one spot. Like even when the first team left, then I was like not realizing how bad it would be not seeing them for like a lot of months.
Yeah.
So it was a good experience. Like it's almost like a happy cry kind of thing, you know. I didn't cry, but
Show?
it's like you're happy, but like it's also sad.
Yeah, for sure. So you were the young person on the show, is that correct?
Yeah.
How do you feel you have grown since this experience? And how do you feel the experience made you kind of grow up in a way?
I think that well, one, I grew 4 inches. Um,
So your height grew.
but two, I think that having everyone there just be like older than me and not giving me like a position of like, I don't want to say power, but like being kind of under everyone kind of made me realize like grow up to realize that like there's like a chain, a food chain, like an unspoken food chain. Like I'm not gonna walk up to a construction man and try and tell him how to do his job. You know, like it made me realize that like I guess where my place is a good way to put it.
The respect you have for other people.
Well, yeah, I respected other people before, but it kind of made me like realize that the older people kind of not older, but like Huck and well everyone because they're older than me. But it's just made me realize that like all of them, um, like upperclassmen and stuff like that, then they require more respect than say like my best friend I've known for years. You know.
Just because they have more life experience.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. And how do you feel watching the show back? Like, do you have any regrets or wish differently? At one point in the show, you and your partner Andy got in a disagreement. How do you feel watching that back?
I think I'm kind of glad it happened though, to be honest.
Really?
Yeah, I think that like you never succeed without failure. So I think that in order for our like friendship to be as connected as it like is, then it would need to have those like speed bumps for like us to realize the stuff that was wrong in the first place in order to fix it, you know?
Yeah. And are you guys still close friends now?
Yeah, we're trying to hang out with each other actually. It's we're yeah, we still text.
Yeah, I know we've been talking on all these live streams about how much fun a reunion would be.
Oh my, that would be awesome.
That would be so fun. So something that participants on Endurance, which is actually one of JD's prior shows,
Mm.
have talked about is once you do go and you choose a color and a word and the law of karma, how much it sticks with you. Do you kind of gravitate towards the color red now?
Um The color, like I actually, yeah, it was a perfect example. There was a sweatshirt in a store, and like it had no design on it, and then there was another one that was like white with a cool design on it. And I was like, might have to stick to red.
It's a good color.
Yeah, I like it.
Most proud of in your experience as the youngest person to do the show?
What?
What are you most proud of?
Oh, I'm proud that I didn't. I believed in myself as much as I did. Because if I went in there thinking I wasn't gonna do good and I'm not gonna do good and I'm gonna get out first challenge, stuff like that, then like it would have happened.
Yeah.
So I'm just glad that I went in and then I guess proved myself to myself.
Yeah, and
And
you also talked a lot in the show about just positive mindset.
yeah.
And you were awesome at that. Okay, well, let's grab a question from the audience if it's gonna work. Oh God, that is not what I wanted to happen. Oh my God.
It's
Okay.
split down the middle.
All right. This is a difficult question.
Oh no.
Was it awkward not being involved in the fight in episode 3? So I guess more specifically, was it awkward witnessing what occurs in episode 3?
I think that it was like, well, Andy and Andrea, she was kind of like helping out with it, I guess. So I was just kind of like there, and it wasn't awkward. I guess it was just kind of like, what do I do? Like I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't want to involve myself in it at all. But I don't want to just stand there and look like I don't know what's going on. So I think it was just more like trying to avoid it as a whole.
Yeah. It was a really tough situation. I mean, you saw my face when I walked in. I was like, I don't even know what to do.
I don't. It didn't show. It didn't show my face, but like whenever like when everyone was like in tears, I was just kind of like, oh.
Yeah, it's wild. And you guys went through so much. Was that the longest you've been away from your family?
No. Oh well, I guess from family, yeah. Not from my mom and stuff, but like the it was definitely harder than like what I did before. I stayed with my grandparents for like a month for like 4th of July, but it was definitely harder than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah. Well, Erin, you did so well on Karma. I hope you're proud of yourself. I'm so proud of you. Where can people follow you?
They can follow me on my Instagram right here, Aaron Thomas Ray, no
Awesome.
capital letters, and then um, the also Twitter, which my mom kind of runs at the moment, which is again at Aaron Thomas Ray, and that's I think I have a Facebook, but I don't Aaron Thomas Ray again probably I don't. My mom runs those. I stick with my Instagram.
Okay, well, I'll definitely share your Instagram. Thank you so much for joining me, Erin.
Thank you for inviting me.
Yes. Okay, bye.
Bye.
All right. Let's get Andy in here. Isn't Aaron wonderful, guys? I love Aaron. He was so sweet and so brave coming on the show. I mean, can you imagine going on the show and being the youngest person there and just growing up so much in the course of that whole month-long period? Aaron is awesome. Love Aaron. Okay, let's talk to Andy.
Hey!
Oh my gosh. You look so great. Your hair's
Hello.
all curled. Love.
Thank-
Wow. Andy, introduce yourself. Tell everybody who you are, where you're from. You're an junior Olympic swimmer.
Yes. Hi, my name is Andrea. I'm on Red Team on Karma. Hashtag Team Connection. I live in Miami, Florida, and I used to train with the Junior Olympic team in Thailand a while back.
That is so amazing. So yeah, I want to ask a question that's like unrelated to Karma, but what was it like training for the Thai Olympic swim team?
It was honestly quite an experience. I had to wake up every single morning at 5:30, train for 2 hours before school, before classes, and then after class, I would have to go back to practice for the rest of the afternoon. It was insane. I love the experience though. It kept me fit. I would do it all over again if I could, honestly.
That is amazing. What dedication. And how did that type of rigor and training apply in Karma? Because in Karma, the challenges aren't 4 hours long necessarily, but how did that prepare you
Right.
for?
Um, well, it was a while back, but I think while training with the team, it kind of taught me to be like dedicated and I don't know. It just it's like I can't explain. Like it definitely has like a oh, it definitely has like a similar thing because like karma you have to like swim and like you know what I mean like it's similar and it definitely brought me back to the time when I was training and I was like well I want the end result. Obviously, I can't spoil, but like that was my dedication the whole time, and while swimming as well, I was like, I want to be the best of the best that I can be. So
Yeah,
that's what.
you are so good at the competitive side of things and also that mental element. And there's one part of the show where you mentioned that you didn't feel like you were giving it your all. And tell me about that realization you had. Was it because you were comparing it to how much you gave when you were training for your swimming?
Well, seeing like all the other teams, I do get intimidated very easily. So something just clicked in my brain. I was like, I need to get this. Like, come on, Andrea, like get over your fear. Like you're here to win. Like, let's do this. Um, so yeah, it definitely there's similarities to it for sure, I think.
Wow. And what were you scared of in that moment?
Um, I don't letting my partner down mostly because Aaron, like, we have such a not only like partnership but a bond as friends. Like we're so close. We text all the time. Like, we're always going back and forth. So like I definitely didn't want to let my partner down. That was my main focus.
That's amazing. I'm so happy you guys have stayed friends after too. That's awesome. So what
Yes. He's like
most oh,
honestly.
oh, you know what's something that was so funny to me? So I never knew this happened
Uh-huh.
until the show. The part when you imitate me in the cave.
I don't think I remember this.
Do you remember when they're doing like the mock Cave of Karma and you're like, "Welcome to the Cave of Karma."
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that. That was funny.
Died when I saw that. I never knew that happened. I literally didn't even see it until I saw the full show. And I was like, oh my God, this is so funny.
Oh my god. I did the best I can to imitate. So
I thought you did a great job. I thought it was really funny too. So, how has being on Karma affected your life since?
um well, I definitely notice a stronger side of myself has definitely come out. I am a lot more outgoing. I'm not as shy. I've definitely come over my fear like come over my fear of like I used to have like trust issues beforehand where like I'd be really scared to trust like a certain type of like person and stuff like that. But like I obviously needed to learn to work with a person that I had just recently met and trust our partnership and trust them. Um so I think mainly like I learned so much more about trust and karma, the meaning of karma itself and like how it plays a huge role.
So, what does karma mean to you now?
Um well, obviously what goes around comes around. Like you want to do as much good as you can in the world so that you can get the same energy back.
Love. Well, let's take a question from the audience. Hello. Let's see here. Oh, this is a good question. So Charlotte asks, if you were to play again, what would you change about your strategy?
Um, well, Aaron and I laid very low, right? We were kind of like the underdog. We weren't really involved in too much drama. We weren't kind of like backstabbing anybody in the back. At least I don't think, we were very kind of just like there, played the game safely and nicely. Um, but I think maybe there's like that one part where I kind of like lost like all hope. I think it was in the last episode. I started to lose all hope, and I was like, I did. Rewatching that killed me because I was like, the whole time, like, Aaron, like, trusted in us, and I was over there, like, being like a Debbie Downer, like, no, like, this isn't gonna work. Like, watching that made me feel so, like, bad. And, like, I even texted Aaron after, like, I apologized. I was like, I just watched it. I'm so sorry. Like, I
Wow.
can't believe I was acting. Yeah.
It's crazy because, hindsight is 2020. And, remember how stressful it was in that moment. I think a lot of people would have crumbled weeks before any of you guys did. So you did such an amazing job and you should be so proud of yourself. Yeah, watching it back is definitely difficult. I mean, I think we all look at it and say, man, I wish I had done something a little differently. But I think it's also the beautiful thing of having it on camera and getting to learn from that experience.
Yeah, for sure. It's definitely a huge learning curve.
Yeah. Well, Andy, where can people find you and follow you? You're a model.
You
Hello.
can follow you can follow me on my Instagram at Andrea Maylee. Yeah, that's it, basically. I don't really use anything else other than that.
Okay, great. Well, guys, I'll be posting Andy stuff. She's a model. She's very talented and she's awesome, as you can see here.
Thank you.
Much for hanging out with me, Andy. So,
Thank you for
so
having me.
okay.
Thank you.
So good to see you.
Bye bye.
Bye. Oh man, I love Andy. So much love for Red Team as a whole. Aaron and Andy, they are so, so wonderful. Look at all this love for Andy. I'm so, so happy. Guys, be sure to follow both of them. Again, I'm going to I'm going to tag all of their stuff after this on my Insta story so you guys can see their stuff. They're great people, and I can't wait to see where they go. But for now, let's get in our next guest. And I can't remember if it's Jack or Skyla first, but I think I'm just going to throw Skyla in here. Jack, you're going to be last. Okay, getting Skyla in here.
Hi.
Ah! Oh my gosh, you guys look so grown.
No.
Don't stay small for me. Love watching you guys blossom and grow into the amazing people you already were. How are you?
I'm so good, thank you.
Girl,
How
she's
are
a
you?
highlight in the corner. Love it. Get that top. Good morning. Me. So, how are you feeling watching the show back?
Watching the show back, it was so weird because I felt like I was watching a show. I didn't feel like I was watching a show that me and my friends were on. It's such a weird experience. Like I feel like I was the only one who had like that experience where it's like I don't feel like it's my friends and I on the show. I feel like it's just like some random show and I'm just watching it. It was like weird.
But that's how good it is because
Yeah,
like
exactly.
wow, this is a real TV show. It's
Yeah, it came out way better than I even like could have ever imagined. I think it came out awesome.
Yeah, it really did. Well, first of all, congratulations on your amazing performance in the show. I'm so, so thrilled for you. Guys,
Thank
a
you.
little bit of a warning that we may head into some spoiler territory in these next two discussions. Minor things, just warning to everybody. Chat now if you don't want spoilers. So here's my first question. My first question is, at the beginning of the competition, you had a different partner, and then suddenly you got a different partner, and that was so crazy for me to witness as the person
Mhm.
breaking that news to you?
Yeah, for
Oh
sure.
gosh, it was so crazy. How do you feel looking back at the whole experience about that moment?
Looking back on that whole experience, it was such like a stressful time for me. And I was just like freaking out the whole time. I'm not really proud of how I acted in some moments, but it was so, so, so stressful for me. And just looking back on it now, I'm just like, pfft, like I lived. It's fine. Like, you know what I mean?
Love. I wish that more people could look at their past and just be like, you know what? I made a mistake. I'm moving on. And I think you guys did such an amazing job of that. That's something I struggle with.
Hmm.
Um, yeah, I mean, major props to you and
Thank
your
you.
amazing work you did. What are you most proud of on the show, and how did you grow the most?
Okay, definitely we're gonna grow first because I feel like the way I've grown the most is being able to just trust my partner because with Jack and I, we didn't get dealt the best hand, like he was like, spoiler, he was gone and then he came back. And I also wasn't the best partner in the beginning with my reaction to him coming back. So I feel like we didn't really get dealt a good hand, but in the end, we really, really came together because it was like it took me 2 hours to adjust. And then we were like, boom, we were on the same page and everything was great. And I feel like with Jack and I's partnership, we really grew together because just about how much we trusted each other. Like, because in the game, you really have to trust your partner. I feel like that's like the number one thing with having a good partner is trusting them. You have to trust what they do, that they're not gonna like go behind your back and all this stuff. And I think Jack and I really nailed that one.
Yes, and what an intense thing to do because I think people watching the show almost kind of forget you guys literally met 10 minutes before you got on a bus to drive up the mountain to do this. It's
Yeah,
not like you all go to high school together or anything.
yeah.
This is
And
all
we didn't even get to talk on the bus.
and all of that trust you have to put in a complete stranger. It's scary.
Yeah, for sure.
What I want to ask you about next, and you were kind of mentioning it earlier, the level of vulnerability that you guys shared in the show, whether it was like a moment where you were very emotional or a very exciting moment, you guys were kind of growing up before our eyes.
Yeah.
And first of all, I just want to commend you for sharing so much as you and many participants did of your personal life and what you were going through because I think it really affected the audience in an amazing way. But were you ever scared on the show like about what you were going through and sharing that with potentially hundreds of thousands or even millions of people?
So during the filming process and everything, I wasn't very scared of being vulnerable to the audience because I wasn't thinking, oh, we have an audience. Like, I didn't realize cameras were there. We were just like in the woods with my friends. Like, you know what I mean? It didn't feel like I was on a TV show. And then, like, right before it came out, I was scared about, like, I didn't want to, like, look weak or anything like that. So I was, like, kind
You
of
look
scary.
girl.
That was scary. Like,
They cut in that part of you wrestling your dad to the ground. And now you're saying, I hope I don't look.
well, that's like a big thing for me is not looking weak. I want to be tough.
Why do you not want to look weak?
Cause I just like, and especially I feel like being a girl and being 5 feet tall, I have to be tough. Otherwise, like people are just gonna walk all over me, and I'm like, I'm not gonna let people walk all over me. So I have to stand my ground before anyone even gets the chance.
Girl, wow. Good. End of discussion. Right here. That's what I'm talking about. Wow. Well, let's take a question from the audience.
Okay.
You talk, Skyla, and I don't think anyone or their mother ever questioned your strength at any point on this show. Okay, I'm gonna grab a question. Let's see here. Oh, this is good. So Izzy asks, how did your friends react when they found out you were on Karma?
I feel like a lot of them didn't really believe me. Like, they were like, "You're not on a show." Like, no way. And then, like, I remember the morning the show came out, I get so many text messages like, "Oh my God, like what? Like I just finished watching the show. Like congratulations. Like I didn't even know." And a lot of people didn't even really know I was on a show. So like it was their first time like finding out and everything. And I feel like they were really excited for me.
Wow. And so what was it like? I mean, what did you tell your friends you were doing last summer? Did you just say like, I'm going away to summer camp?
I told them I was doing something and I couldn't really tell them and I wouldn't be able to text them from and they like just thought I disappeared.
I think one of the difficult things is also the experience we had. Only the people who were there really get it.
Yeah,
And I
100%.
a piece of it. You guys,
Hmm.
as contestants, had your own very special experience. And first of all, you're not really allowed to talk about it after the film
Hmm.
is done.
Yeah,
Second of all, even if you could tell them everything, no one will really get it.
exactly.
And I feel like
100%.
us, myself included, walked into that experience as one person and left as a different person.
Yeah, like walking in, I felt like I was like some city girl. Like, when I'm walking out, I feel like I was like a park ranger. Like, I feel like I was like a camp girl and everything. Like, it was so crazy.
God. Wow. Well, Skyla, where can people follow you and what are you up to next?
Next, I'm hoping to continue an acting career because that is my dream. That is like, that's always what I wanted to do. I need it.
Well,
Yeah,
I'm
that's what I want
really
to do.
excited to watch you succeed in that goal. And where can people follow you on your journey?
They can follow me on my Instagram right here. That's all I really
All
have.
right. I'll be posting all of Skyla's stuff, guys, so you can follow her. Skyla, I love you so much, and thank you so, so much for joining me today. You rock!
Thank you. Bye, guys.
Oh, wow. I love her resiliency and perseverance in the show too. Oh my goodness. Skyla, what an amazing individual. Guys, be sure to follow Skyla. Purple hearts in the chat from Dr. Silver. Love it. We're here for it. Um, she rocks. And something I really admire about Skyla is the strength that she shows in the show, physically and mentally. GOAT status. Okay, let's get our final guest in here, guys. This is the final guest out of everybody. We have gone through every single team. Let's get Jack in the chat. Jack!
Hey, oh, already it's fallen off, but hello.
How's it going? Oh my gosh. You all of you need to stop growing.
I know.
Stop growing.
Going great though. It's going great. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, I love that you casually have your trophies in the background. Don't think I didn't.
Yeah. Okay. Hi.
He didn't know. Casual. So, Jack, I have a lot to talk about with you. Guys, heads up, we might be heading into some spoiler territory. So, Jack, we both stayed up until midnight, and for you, it was 3 a.m. and we played some Fortnite beforehand, and then watched the show. And you stayed up literally overnight and marathon. How was that experience for you? And I know I ask everybody this question, but I'm just so fascinated to hear from you because on my end of things, we experienced the show and I got to see pieces of the edit as they were being put together and then ultimately the final edit. But you guys literally took off in a party bus. Yes, for everyone watching, at the end of the show, everybody left in a party bus. It was very epic. And that was the last thing you got to see.
Yeah.
So what was it like watching?
I've already watched it at this point 4 times now. I know it seems crazy. 4 times, all 8 episodes. But the very first time, it was just me and my family and I. But anyway, it was all of us. We binged from, like you said, 3 a.m. all the way till 10 a.m. So just 8 hours straight. We just kept going. And it was incredible. I mean, I always knew it was going to be good, but it was really good. Like, they showed everything I could have wanted. Every strategic move, every single small interaction. Obviously, they can't show everything, but they really got so many good moments in there. It was just incredible watching all of it and seeing everybody. I think my favorite times were seeing things that I never even heard of. Like, you could see at one point after I come back and I'm talking to Skyla on the log, about 10 feet behind me, Adrian and Presley are talking, and in the back of the camera, Skyla and I are still talking. And I was so cool thinking, right while I was talking to her, behind me there was a whole other conversation happening. I had no idea what was happening. It was crazy.
Wow. And I'm so excited for you to see the behind video that we have coming out tomorrow, because I think that is going to blow all of your minds even further, because while you guys are watching and thinking, wow, so much was happening within this group of people, so much was happening behind the scenes, like in every element of production. When you see what that looks like, I'm just so excited. So I want to talk, this is spoiler moment, minor spoiler moment. We're going to spoil something from episode 2. So leave if you don't want spoilers. I want to talk about when you left the show initially in episode 1 and got the phone call to come back. Walk me through all of that, because the full story did the show.
Yeah, I'm glad they showed at least some of it, but even a lot of the DMs I've been getting are, there's no way that story was true, and that's not even half of it. That's not even anywhere close to the true story. Well, it is the true story, but it's not even all of it.
But, like, tell us the full detailed story.
So what happened is I got off. That night I went back with my mom. It was sad, but it wasn't too bad. I was just kind of still in shock that I even got to go on the show and all of that. I was still thinking back to the memories I made over those first 2 days. And they asked us, do you want an early flight or a late flight for tomorrow, waking up? And I said, late flight. I'm not an early morning person. So I woke up late. I go all the way there, and we first have to take a connecting flight and then back all the way to home. And at this point, I wasn't even thinking about the show. I tried to clear my mind completely. But we got on the plane. It was all boarded up. And one of the engineers came on, and he said, hey, everyone, there's actually some engine trouble on the plane you're all on right now. We were still we hadn't left, but we were all boarded on the plane. All of our stuff was packed. Our bags were already on a flight to New Jersey. So we were still on our way back to LA and then to New Jersey. We had to deboard the plane. We waited for about 4 or 5 hours. At that point, nothing had really happened. We hadn't gotten any calls. And then 5 hours later, we got another flight. We were still heading home. On that flight, I think the whole situation happened where Harrison got a bit homesick. And while that situation was happening, I know it had happened before, but this was when the decision was finally made. So we got a call when it finally landed saying, hey, look, nothing's for certain, but you could be coming back. Just stay tuned. And they said not to go home yet. So we stayed for a while.
Oh, I'm getting chills.
I know. In the moment, I had no idea what it was. I was still in denial. I was like, no, I probably just forgot my chest bag back there. But eventually,
that's why they're gonna take you off a plane, because you were bag love.
But eventually we drove all the way up there, still not really having that much information, only knowing that there's a chance I could come back, but not really knowing exactly how it's going to work or anything. I get pulled behind the thing. They say, look, there's a situation right here. You're going to jump out. You're going to say whatever you want. And then it'll be decided whether you're going to stay or not. And I had no idea what to say. But when the time came, you said, what goes around comes around. What's coming around this tent could help you stay in this game. I heard my cue. And I jumped out.
Wow. Well, I mean, I think, everything happens for a reason. Yeah. And I'm so grateful that you were able to come back. Obviously, the show wouldn't have turned out the way it did without you back there. And I want to talk a bit about your background, both in chess as well as a fan of this genre. So tell me, how did your experience as a chess player, as well as someone who has seen every single season of Survivor, benefit you in the game?
I think it definitely benefited me. I mean, I've been playing chess since I was 8 years old, taking lessons, going to hundreds of tournaments. Like you pointed out earlier, there's the chess trophies. There's even a chess painting back there. But I've been playing chess so much. What is that?
The painting?
I did not paint the painting. Okay. I'm not the best painter, but it's still very nice. But anyway, I've been playing chess. Like you said, I'm a huge Survivor fan. It's one of the reasons I wanted to go on this show. When I heard the outdoor camp, all of that, that wasn't the part I was most excited for. I'm not really an outdoor kid. Like I said, I play chess constantly. I'm in hotels. I like to read. I like to write. But I'm not the most physical. I don't always like the outdoors. But what did interest me was that strategy component, the karma component, where you're playing this game with strangers all across the country, and you have only your mind out there. It's only yourself. No parents, no one else. It's only you out there with everyone else, and you just have to decide how you want to play this game. And that's what interested me more than anything. And I think it definitely did help in the game. Coming in with the mindset that I'm going to do whatever it takes to win, seeing 40 seasons of great strategy by Survivor players, and also playing chess, being able to look multiple moves ahead, being slow at times, being fast at other times. It definitely helped in so many ways that I can't even describe.
Wow. That's interesting because sure, like one thing's like, oh, how does that translate? Because it's such a specific, but your point about being slow and fast and aggressive and passive at different times, you definitely did that throughout the entire show.
Yeah.
And one example of that is how you approach winning and losing physical challenges. So tell me about that, how you worked through that with your partner Skyla.
So when I actually watched it, this is about Skyla. My parents and then a couple of my friends, like the second time I watched it all the way through, said, "Oh, I mean, that's kind of sad. She didn't really like you in the beginning." And Skyla talked about that before, and I just went, "That's what makes it that much better." If she didn't have that, this sucks, Jack's not physical, it wouldn't make it as good when we finally came around and started working so well together. It makes the whole story that much better because she is very strong-willed, like she was saying in her last live. She likes to be tough because she is tough. She's a very tough competitor. She's a very good person as well. So she wanted to win while we were out there. And at the same time, I'm like, we don't always need to win. It puts a target on our back. So I was also thinking in my own head, we shouldn't win every single challenge. We shouldn't try every single challenge because it does put a target on your back, which I think you can see on the show. People turn on you. It becomes almost aggressive. People get aggressive towards your team. So it was finding that balance where telling Skyla, look, we're still doing good. We're still working together, and having her believe me, and also still not doing the best in challenges while still playing a great game, in my opinion. So there's a very tricky balance, and finding that with Skyla was really what helped us the most in the game.
Wow. And tell me about that emotional component because what you're explaining to me conceptually makes sense. That makes sense. But the way you're able to almost detach yourself, because if I was in that moment and Skyla had reacted that way, I would be so far into feelings. How did you detach from that and immediately go into game, get on the same page with her?
So I think it's a combination of wanting to go out there and saying, I'll do whatever it takes. And if you have a partner whose first reaction, I said this on the show, whose first reaction is saying, I don't like you as a partner, or that I don't think we're going to do good together, you immediately go into panic mode. In my head, I actually was in panic mode. I was thinking, what am I going to do? This partner, Skyla, doesn't want me here. She doesn't think we can win when I definitely thought we could win. So it was panic, but it was controlled panic. It was take a cold, reasonable response and go in there and connect to her. Say, I understand your pain. I understand this is pretty crazy. I'm not the biggest physical competitor. I know you are. But we can still work this through. And going in there, panicking, but also at the same time going in there and trying to actually relate to her and bringing her through the steps, saying, we can still win this game. We can still make alliances. We can still do so much stuff, even if we don't win every single challenge. It was walking her through those steps and walking myself in my own head through the steps. I had to reaffirm to myself multiple times, you got this. You still have it up here. So that was the whole process for me.
That is very, very incredible. Wow. And what did you learn from Skyla in this experience?
Excuse my a bit of verbal use, but I learned sometimes to shut your mouth. I learned how to shut my mouth sometimes. I do talk a lot. Even right now, I'm talking a lot. I talked a lot on the show. I constantly rambled on and on about things not even game related, just random stuff. I think I tried to teach people chess combinations when they were just, asking what the knight was. But I went on a bit too much at times. And Skylar was very good at holding back. She was very good at saying, Jack, 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 calm down. She would have to say that multiple times, and I'm glad she did. Because her being reserved at times and also having the will to keep going, and me being constantly rambling and thinking of ideas, and at the same time having a will to go on in maybe a different direction than she did, finding the balance between those two, and her telling me sometimes just go with the flow when I never like to go with the flow, I like to go with my own path, it did help me a lot.
Wow. I keep saying wow, but that's my genuine reaction. So such incredible people. I'm also curious about what was your reaction when everyone in the show was calling you a genius, sometimes evil mastermind?
So I think it's hilarious because I knew people said that on the show. I didn't know how much they were going to include in the final cut. I was laughing at how much people kept repeating the words evil genius. And, it's really great because in my head, I don't really think I'm that much of an evil genius. I don't think I really did just come out there to play the best game I could. I was focused on winning. I was focused on getting to the end. So when I came up with crazy plans like cover all space, as they showed on the show, it was less in my head. I wasn't thinking, ooh, I'm going to be this crazy mad scientist. Oh, and everyone's going to think I'm this funny evil genius. It was just putting everything I had out there, every ounce of my energy, every crazy thought I had in my brain. I just put it out there because I gave it everything I had.
Yeah, and you had the opportunity to feel the feeling of what it feels like to have to go home.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that drove you even further to want to go harder on the show.
Yeah, absolutely. Knowing I already went home and knowing how really devastating it is, it makes you want to go farther even more so. Even watching it back, I was just thinking to myself, that would really be awful if that was all it was, if that was the whole thing. Because knowing how far I eventually came, I remember watching, they replayed about 5 times the clip of me jumping and falling right on the plank. And they replayed that 5 times. Every time they replayed it, it got funnier and funnier. But I was thinking to myself, that's all my story would have been. I would have been the kid who came in on the first day and said, fun fact about me is I'm going to win the 50,000. And then I epically fail and, get out. That would have been it for me. I would have just been the kid who overplayed his hand. And I had the amazing opportunity to come back. And I'd say I redeemed myself.
I think you did too. A lot of my friends who were binging the show this weekend would text me as they're watching episode 1 and say, man, I really liked Jack. I'm so sad he's leaving. And I would have to pretend that you did leave.
Yeah.
And I'd be like, you know what? I agree. He was such a great kid and I'm really sad about it. And then an hour later they would text me and be like, oh my God, you totally messed with me. Oh my gosh. I think it's time to take an audience question though.
Yep.
Love having you, Jack. All right. We have to get a good question for Jack.
It's got an interesting one.
So many submissions. Wow. Oh. We'll take one from Garrett. Which Survivor players did you embody while playing Karma? Or who did you look up to the most?
With Survivor players, that's a good one. I think I took some of the craziness from Tony from Cagayan and also from Winners at War. He's now a 2-time winner of Survivor. Sorry to spoil for anyone. That's kind of not good. But Tony is one of my favorite players. I definitely think I embodied his craziness. He always came up with crazy plans like spy shacks and listening in on conversations.
Well, yeah. I mean, when you do something called Operation CAS, that's very much similar to Tony literally climbing up a tree and peeking through the leaves.
Yeah. Yeah, I also try to embody, he's very out there as a competitor, and I'd say for the most part, I was pretty under the radar in gameplay. Personality-wise, I wouldn't say I was the most under the radar. I think I was pretty out there as far as the ideas I was coming up with and all that. But actual game-wise, I didn't win really any challenges. I wasn't in the middle of a lot of drama, and that was part of my strategy. So I did embody a lot of under the radar players that you see constantly in Survivor. And it's a true time-tested strategy. Sandra Diaz-Twine, the other two-time winner of Survivor, one of the most under the radar players of all time, never won a physical challenge, never won an individual immunity challenge, and yet she's plays one of the most perfect social games out there. Great strategy game as well, and she's very good at staying under the radar.
Yeah. Sandra is an interesting character for sure.
Yeah.
Some people have said that you're also a little bit like Cochran. I don't know if I would agree with that personally, but that's just my personal opinion. Another one of my favorite players is Christian.
Christian, yeah.
He's pretty good. I wish he had lasted longer.
Christian, a couple of people have said that I most embodied Christian during the Headstrong Challenge, where I started telling jokes the second I got under.
In that moment, I was like, is this really happening here? Like the Christian callback? Jack, are you still there?
Yeah, I'm still there. I know it cut out
here?
for a second. Yeah, can you see me?
Okay, no. Yeah, I can see you. Okay, well,
good.
Jack. Okay, I think there's a little lag, but
yes.
Jack, tell us what's next with you.
Oh.
Can
you say
it's
that again?
Loading. Oh, I was just asking, what's next with you?
What's next with me? I'm gonna pursue a lot of different interests. I like writing a lot. I would like to go into, as on screen as an actor, perhaps, or behind the scenes. I really did love watching all the behind the scenes. Hope you can hear me okay. It might be glitching a bit, but maybe directing, screenwriting, whether it's reality TV or if I go scripted TV. I like both, or just go ahead in school and have this experience just as.
I did, yes. Can you hear me? Oh no. Okay, great. I know it's a bit laggy right now.
Yeah.
Jack, everyone can follow you as well and see what you end up doing and follow your journey. Thank you again so much for being a part of Karma and a part of this amazing season. I'm so excited to know you and to watch you grow.
Thank you.
Even though I don't like watching you guys grow because it's really weird for me. But thank you so much, Jack. Oh.
All right, well, thank you.
Okay, bye, Jack. Oh my gosh. Everyone has grown up so much. I don't like it, but I'm also very proud of them. Wow, guys, that was our final Welcome to the Cave live Q&A. Thank you guys so much for joining for these past several days, and thank you to all of the contestants for not only being a part of the show, but also coming on to chat with me almost a year later. I'm so grateful for this experience. And be sure to tune in tomorrow, guys, 8 a.m., brand new Challenge Accepted episode featuring my whole experience becoming a host for HBO. It's going to be awesome. And if you're looking for something else to listen to in the meantime, check out our podcast with JD Roth, the show creator. It was a pretty incredible hour-long interview and answers a lot of the behind the scenes on how great reality TV is made. All right. Oh, Garrett's reminding me we need to post the trailer. All right. I'm going to go do that now. So I'll see you guys there. Thank you so much for joining.